I'm muted. There we go. I'm muted. And I just remembered that I need to do this for my team. So welcome everyone. One moment. Let me get set up. There's so many things to remember. Video. There we go. Oops, this way. All right. There we are. So welcome everyone to our Wednesday night on Tuesday for our Q&A, and we're going to talk about a few things, some new discoveries, which are always exciting for me. So let's see where we have people calling in from. It's always exciting to see where you're all from. Sometimes we have new people here. We have Pennsylvania, welcome. Newport Beach, LA, welcome, Shelley. And Temecula, Charlene, great. Colorado Springs, Wyoming, more Colorado Springs, great. Pennsylvania, aloha from Hawaii. And we also have Instagram on tonight. So we will love to hear where you guys are calling in from. I think the trick to Instagram is you have to like, follow, or something or other, and then you'll be able to comment. So welcome. All right, getting back to everyone here. We just finished our 12-day intensive. We do this every 2 months, where we dive into a topic very deeply as we're practicing a process that I've outlined in my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. If you haven't seen that, it is available on Amazon. And that explains the whole process that I've been given. It's called running your energy. It's a way of moving energy through your field in a very specific way so that you can clear your energy field. You can clear all those darker energies that bring your light down, that make life difficult and frustrating, and everything that life makes it struggling. So by running this process, it really should be done on a regular basis, like brushing our teeth, right? Anything you want to stick, you need to practice it. And so every other month we get together and we practice this process in addition to diving deep into a different topic. So this last, we've just finished today, in fact, these last 12 days, we've been diving deep into our physiology. So one of my gifts, in case you're new here, is that I am able to calibrate frequencies. You can calibrate anything. And so what we've been calibrating for the last 12 days are all the different body parts, body systems, and then we got through that so effectively that we had some extra time to check on some other things, some new things that I have never checked on, or that were just new in a really kind of big way. And so one of the new things, in fact, it was so profound. It had such a profound effect on everyone that I've decided to include that in my human technology assessment, which is an assessment that I do that measures like about 150 calibrations. I don't need to see you or talk to you or anything. I just tap into the quantum field. At any rate, one of the things that is going to be new that's added to that are our fascia. The fascia is a very intelligent communication network that, I always thought, like when you're eating chicken and you had that kind of thin sheet of something that's around the muscles. That's all I thought fascia was. But it's really so much more than that. It is it's made of water. And I didn't know that before. That's so completely new. And so since we're about 70% water, depending on how dehydrated you are, this water carries intelligence and information. Water's a conductor. And so this network that goes around all of our muscles, body organs, and whole it separates things and keeps things all intact. This film, very these thin sheets, is found throughout the entire body, and so it's this network communication that holds a lot of trauma. It holds a lot of emotional trauma and energies in that way. And so, once we cleared this, people had a really profound effect, some emotional, a lot of just for once being able to feel the whole body relaxing, and as all the tension was being released from the fascia. And so that was quite profound. We also were measuring some new things, like dust mites. I hadn't ever measured for that. That was a new one. So we do measure things like parasites and viruses and candida, Epstein-Barr virus, lots of those kinds of things. But I'd never measured dust mites before. And also the parasite, the way that this works and why it's so effective, and we're just working with energy and frequencies, is because we're taking away the energies that these parasites feed on, which is mostly anger, rage, fury, fear. And so you take all those food sources away and find where they're living energetically, is actually quite amazing. A lot of people releasing liver flukes and all kinds of things we don't like to even talk about because I don't have those things. So here's the thing: if you've ever eaten raw fruits or vegetables, if you have a pet, if you've ever walked barefoot, if you've ever eaten meat, um, and sushi, uh, and let's see, there might be a couple other things too, but that includes just about everybody. And so we are, people deworm their dog like every year, and so humans are no different, and we should be doing a parasite cleanse. So energetically, we were able to do this, and people were getting like crazy, amazing results about that. So that was very cool. Um, let's see. We also checked for things like pesticides and herbicides and a few other things. I didn't write them all down, but it was really amazing, the whole thing. Bacteria too, like there's a certain amount of good bacteria you want to have in your body, like in your intestines. I mean, in your colon, you want a certain amount of good bacteria. So we're eliminating the bad bacteria, and we also there was a new thing that had come up about it was about halfway through, and it was like, oh, it's something's back. We found looping mechanisms where the dark side will, usually they're using energetic cords, and so that's can be quite debilitating. But then, like the next day, it was like, ah, they're back. And so we found where they were putting these looping mechanisms, which would reinstall these loops, I mean, these cords, after say 12 hours, 24 hours. It all depends. So we did kind of our own little experiment and created our own loop that was going to be a clearing loop. And it seemed pretty effective. It seemed a lot, things got much better after that. So that was also very cool. So that's what we did in our next 12-day. We haven't decided yet. There's sort of a trajectory that I'm always listening to and being directed by spirit. Like, what are we doing next? What is the collective need? What's the direction we're heading? And so, just to give you a heads up of where we are energetically headed, is we're headed towards winter, right? It's almost winter, And that is the time to go deeply inward. It's a time to really, like, this is when the fishermen repair their nets, and we should be doing the same. So, oftentimes, people in January, which is when our next 12-day program will be, in January, people are trying to launch new things. It's the new year, put your foot on the gas, New Year's resolutions, and all of that. Well, that's actually going against the natural energies that we are going through on the planet and seasonally. So when we're trying to put our foot on the gas, when energetically the season is going, no, it's not quite spring yet. You need to kind of settle back, hold your horses, and um, do some inner uh, do some inner work, and to kind of repair your nets, take care of some the like background, taking care of the kind of like your back office, right? All of the things that hold your structure that might need to be repaired or cleaned up or somehow dealt with. And then come spring, then we will be ready to launch and really go for it, put our foot on the gas. So that's sort of the trajectory that we're heading into for January. And right now, a lot of people are they have the holiday season in mind and all of the family expectations and all of that kind of pressure. And sometimes we forget what the season is really about. And so that's why our next luminary activation is going to be on Christ consciousness, which is a frequency. And so this unconditionally unified frequency is one we're going to be tapping into. And now that we've spent, the last 12 days, and for those of you who even have just been following along with the luminary activation, that we've been, we activated our oversoul. Now we're connected with our claustrum or claustrum, however you want to say it. And so little by little, we've been preparing the body to receive these Christ codes, this Christ consciousness frequency. And so we're going to be ready. We are ready, like we're ready. If you're, maybe you should just join us and see how that turns out. So we always do it, the luminary activation, monthly luminary activation on the first Thursday of every month. So this is going to be December 4th. And so most of you right now are just getting ready for Thanksgiving. Maybe you're, planning on spending some time with family, which is why last week we worked on an avatar for our Thanksgiving gathering. And so if you haven't checked that out, check out last week. And maybe you need to check a avatar for your family so you can have a great time. All right, because yeah, sometimes we're the odd man out, right? And we're the oddball, and maybe we because it's family, we have to hang out with people who are alcoholics or narcissists or whatever, and it's brief, thankfully, but sometimes there's things we have to deal with. So I'm here to entertain your questions today and to see. Oh, I didn't finish my thought about the 12-day. So let me just back up just one more second here. So the next 12-day, I'm waiting for that to gel as Spirit and I are deciding how we can incorporate a business aspect, which, the new year, people, especially this time of year too, people are focused on money or the lack thereof, and how to get that built up and generated. So that's part of it. And then another suggestion was to focus on relationships, which we have not done in a long time. So I'm also interested in hearing what you guys are interested in. What's on your mind? What are you needing help and support with? So that we can gear our next luminary activation and 12-day program in January around what it is that you guys need. Let's see what kind of questions you have for tonight. We've got a nice group here. Let's see. Hang on. I'm glad you're including fascia. I brought it up at the last I was on here because I thought it was the same as the claustro thing. Yeah, claustrum or claustrum, which is different than colostrum in a mother's breast milk. So, claustrum or claustrum is that part in our brain that's responsible for our consciousness. So, now we have the fascia that is also, I have since discovered and can tell and see that how these two are very interrelated. And so it's exciting to be able to work more consciously with all of this. All right, Lizzie, good evening. It's been a while since I could see your lives. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here then. Greetings from the UK. Sandy, thank you for all of your kudos. And she says, you will not regret taking Kimberly's classes. I feel so free, my body and soul. You won't believe what our bodies are carrying, right? We don't know what we don't know. And oftentimes you don't realize the extent that you've been carrying all kinds of things until it's gone. And you go, holy crap, I had no idea. So yes, thank you. Thank you, Sandy. Welcome, Michigan. Um, Gray Goddess. Is this Monica? You just spent um, 12 days together. You are grounded, Monica. Or Greg, I'll call you Gray Goddess. So yes, you are grounded. Well done. Gina, I'm trying to allow a new love to come in. I've always put up a barrier. Yeah. Yeah, this is I think especially since the whole COVID snafu, that there has been a tremendous amount of what they tried to create, which was a disconnect and um, separation, right? And so I don't think people have recovered from this. They're still holding this trauma in their field, not feeling safe, and uh, everything has really changed since then. I think we can all feel it. So, um, relationships is kind of a big thing. I think, the more that I'm thinking about now that it's coming up, I think that this will be a really good one to do next time for the next 12 day is talk about relationships. And I'll tell you why, is because there's so many layers to this. There's so many layers to relationships. So, one, our relationship with our fathers. Most of you are women here, so I'll speak to that. Our first relationship was with our father. So we've got the father wound that needs to be healed. Our mothers also set an example about what it means to be a woman and how to interrelate with the opposite sex. So then we have our mother wound. And then we have our own self worth things that happen that make us feel like not enough or guarded or, closing our heart down to feel safer. Uh, there's that whole layer. Then there's a whole nother layer around women not feeling safe to be in their bodies on the planet. Uh, so there's a whole nother layer around that feminine energy. Many of us have had past lives of horrible relationships, of being raped or sex slaves, and lots of energies like that. So then, if you haven't healed from all of these past things, we bring that into a relationship to try and heal ourselves. But unless we have a really conscious partner that, if they don't realize that the purpose of partnership and being in relationship, in my opinion, a big part of it is where this is our mirror. This is our chance to see all the things that get triggered so that we can see what wants healing, what needs a little more light and love and compassion, and to be heard and witnessed. And so, unless we have a really conscious man and we can also hold space for them, we need to be able to hold space for each other's mirrors and triggers. That's a whole nother part of relationships. Then you also have um, unresolved past lives with your partner, or one that might be an incoming partner. And so there's that, why spend a whole lifetime trying to figure out this stuff and heal all of these unresolved past lives when I've got the shortcut biohack on this one, and we just go right to where the residual energies are. It only takes a few minutes to clear these past lives. So you don't have to spend a whole nother lifetime doing that. So that's just like right off the top of my head, just a bunch of layers when it comes to relationships. Um, so yeah, like where would I start? um, let's see. Okay, I lost my place here. Um, yeah, so in order for Gina, yeah, you're putting up this protective barrier, and until we can start to heal the things that are making us put the wall up, like a wall makes us feel safe, but it doesn't allow anything to come in either. So that's the good news, bad news about walls and barriers, right? Um, and so, uh, yeah, there's a lot of layers to relationships. So January, I've decided it's going to be on relationships. Yeah, there's so much, and then there's also, so this is kind of a really cool thing. When I'm helping people decide on a partner, there's um, four major thing or main energies that I'll check. So one is the energy of the mind. If you both have a high frequency, high mind frequency, you're going to be able to talk for hours. Will feel heard and understood, and communication will be good because you have a meeting of the minds. And that's really important in a relationship, that you can, talk about things that solves a bunch of stuff, right? Then there's a spirit vibration. So spirit relates to, like, what's your sort of your countenance? Are you joyful, or are you angry all the time and you put on the happy face? It's a lot of times you'll meet men and they've got on their best behavior. Um, and maybe they have a few sarcastic jokes, that kind of repressed anger that's simmering underneath. But when you measure this spirit vibration, then you're going to know if they have a high spirit frequency, which means they're going to be more joyful and happy and not depressed and angry all the time, and so forth. So that's another important one. The third one is the body frequency. So if you both have a high body frequency, then your bodies are going to align energetically, which means you're likely to have a much better sexual experience. So you can know that ahead of time. That's kind of good to know, right? Instead of finding out later, oh my God. Okay, and then number four is the money frequency, which I think is important. That yes, men want to be providers, but they don't want gold diggers either. So when you're both have a good high money frequency, then you can support each other on that path, and one person's not going to feel like they're just holding, pulling all the weight. And so those are the four things that I like to check in relationships. Um, Fascia, yeah, isn't that interesting? When we're ready to hear about it, when the teacher is ready, when the student is ready, teacher appears. Um, Relationships, yeah, and so that would be, I was just talking about intimate relationships, but Monique is also talking about all kinds of relationships with your siblings, with your parents, your children, your potential partners, right? Um, I'll, that is a lot. We'll see. I'll map it out and see what we can cover in 12 days. But as you can see, it's a lot. Um, Sophia, welcome, my dear. Is the earth always grounded herself? Yes, every time I check her, she is grounded. There was a time when she wasn't, and she definitely needed some help. And all of the elementals were feeling, during all those fires, they felt kind of paralyzed. They all their like the rain, no power. And so, yeah, that's an interesting question. Thanks for asking. I've always found her, at least recently. In fact, I even checked today, I think, that she was grounded. I did check today. In fact, just a few hours ago, I was hearing someone talking about how they were going to do a meditation to help Mother Earth and the people on it, which I think is great. But she doesn't really need our help. I mean, she is golden and she takes care of herself. And, if things get a little too whatever, she can just shake it up and create an earthquake or a volcano or whatever. And so she's actually good. And then as far as, people saying that it's kind of a thinking of the word idealistic. It's an idealistic idea to think of healing everyone on the planet. Well, everyone on the planet doesn't want to be healed, and they're not. It's an impossible task to even try that because some people love exactly how they are. Even some of the people who are very dark. So, yeah, we're not healers. We're not here to heal everyone. We're here to help people who want help, and everyone else just might be choosing a different path. They're on a different ascension path or non-ascension path, as the case may be. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see. Never late. You're here exactly on time. Do I do past lives work? Yes. Well, I do it the very expeditious sort of way. Um, and I don't waste a lot of time, where was I? Where did I live? What was I wearing? Like none of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters is the residual energies that you're holding from that past life. And so I don't go to a past life to heal it. It's more that a past life will show up when we're actually working on something specific. So that's really the more efficient way of working with past lives. And it takes just a few minutes, really, to clear the residual energies that are related to this. Now, I did do not too, um, well, fairly recently, a woman who was uh, bothered by very loud sounds, a loud sound, like she couldn't go to the 4th of July thing because it was just, too much. So we did some work on past lives, specifically related to that issue of being in wars and things like that, which was also it included a whole nother layer of trauma. So that's how I work with past life things. Let's see. All right. So here's someone looking for a scan. Um, so I'll just do the Iava. uh, I'll butcher your name, but anyway, so your handle has Iava in it. Can you please scan me? I did luminary activation on November 11th in the evening. Suddenly, pain in the heart area. Pain increased at night. In the morning, it eased off. Thank you. God, pain has not returned. Well, good. That's really good. Right now, your heart is only 15% open, so it feels like you're probably working, some protective energy there. There are some AI cords in your heart chakra, about 20 of them. So I would take those out. Your heart is grounded and it's 100% open, but the flow is like a little trickle, like 3%. So once you clear those cords out, that should open up, and then that heart energy will be able to flow out that right arm and into the left. So that will be that would be what I would suggest for that. All right, let's see what else we've got here. I would love to receive any information about the pain Let's see. Hang on. Let me get my glasses on. Um, the pain I've been feeling in my neck and trap muscles, if possible. All right. So, as you know, I am not a doctor, but let's see what you've got going on in your back. Yes, chords, 20. So these are those AI chords. They're trying to affect the back of your heart chakra, and so that's why they're plugged in there. You also have some people chords in here too. There's like 3 people chords. They're not in the front, they're in the back. So that's kind of like that backstabbing energy. Um, they won't tell you to your face, but they will throw energy at your backside. You also have some curses in with it. There's about 20 curses. So yeah, all of that could be very painful. So take it all out. Okay, great. Lizzie would like a scan. Oops, wait, that was the wrong one. Where'd you go? Okay, there we go. So you'd like a scan. So first off, which is what I always check, is whether or not you're grounded. So you're not grounded. That you have those 20 AI chords right in your root chakra, and that's creating a block in the energy so that you can't ground, put that grounding cord down. You also have no rings above your head. So that's a compression also from the dark side at your crown, where they're trying to own your sovereignty. Uh, there's another 20 chords right at your crown chakra. And heart is only 15% open, another 20 chords. So this is kind of another big thing that we discovered during these 12 days is this new, well, I actually knew it before we started the 12 days, but it became very evident. This new level of infiltration by the dark side um, is it's just nuts. It's crazy. They are before, they would put a chord in, or maybe 5 was like a lot. Oh my God, 5 chords. Well, now they'll do 20. And the other day I found like 50 chords with another client. So they are quite insistent on this is how they control. They're desperate for the last vestiges of control that they can have over humanity. So they're doing it with these chords. They're also doing it with these black boxes, which is another control mechanism that we've been finding in the crown, in the sixth chakra, in the heart, in the root. So that's a whole nother level of control. So yeah, kind of crazy. So those are some really basic energy. It's kind of like energy 101. Like you have to be grounded. That's the first and most important thing. And so this is how capable you are, Lizzie. But you just need to pay more attention, because just bringing my attention to it, I didn't clear anything for you. That now you're grounded, and now you have an infinite number of rings, and your heart is 100% open and 100% flowing. So just stay there, stay like that, and yeah, you'll be much better off. Okay, here's someone else who would love a scan. Irish gold. I'm part Irish. Can you tell? My dad is from the Campbell clan. Okay, let's see. No grounding, no rings, heart closed. So this is an infiltration from the dark side. 20 chords at the root, another 20 at the crown, and another 20 at the heart chakra. So though that's basic energy 101, most important part, those 3 parts. From there, you can move on to other things. And so for those of you who find that you are not grounded or stuck in some way. Um, there's a new thing I have that this StreamYard has now. Let me see if I can find it. It's this QR code. Let's see if we can find. Here it is. Okay, let's see where it shows up. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. That's the first time we've done that. But there's a QR code for the 20-minute meditation. It's free. You can download it and you can listen to it on your phone anywhere. And there's also the link in there for the next luminary activation, which is a week away, on a little over a week, first Thursday, so December 4th. And so there's that. Well, that's cool. Let's see what else we got. So yeah, and when you listen to the meditation, I say this at the beginning of each of, there's a 8-minute, a 20-minute, and an 8-minute version, is that the most important part of that whole meditation is making sure you're grounded. So if you have a way of calibrating an internal yes or no, am I grounded, yes or no? I like this version of muscle testing where you do the baby finger, because this is on a different circuit than the rest. You do the baby finger and thumb, and then you do duck bills over here. This goes in here, and then you're trying to open it like this. You're not trying to pull it out like that. You're just trying to open it. And so if a no would open and a yes would be nice and tight. So you could ask a test question. Am I a dog? No. Is my name Kimberly? Yes. So use your muscle testing and be sure to get that internal yes or no. Selma, oh my God, Selma, could I get a scan, especially on what is still in the way of my financial freedom and this completely collapsed state I've been in lately? Well, yeah, it's also where you live is, talk about the state that you're living in. So yeah, get grounded, Selma. That's number one. So you've got those 20 AI chords in your root chakra, and you have no rings. So yeah, they've compressed your ability to create. There's another 20 chords there. And your heart completely closed. So it's hard to feel abundant in that state, right? Where you're just overwhelmed by this backup of energy that has nowhere to go, and it just feels frustrating and debilitating. So get your plumbing pipes back on, and your money frequency is at 250. So that's what you're going to keep manifesting. Why is your money frequency low? Let's see. Your mom is in your money frequency. And then the QFS, quantum financial system, which actually has the global frequency set at 500. So 500, which is not good. I mean, it's better than 250, but 500 is, I can make just enough to live and pay my bills, but there's never extra. Like you're always up against that glass ceiling. You know there's more, you can see it, you can feel it, but you can't reach it. That's the QFS. So QFS also needs to be taken out of your money frequency. So that's your homework, Selma. All right, we have Sprocket. Okay. You should be golden after 12 days. You're grounded. You're good earth. Yeah, you are golden. Everything's flowing. Even your oversoul is connected. So I'm glad you're here though. Thanks. Hey, Deborah from New Orleans. So someone thinks she had a strong attack of darkness recently. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Yeah, and it's kind of like which came first, the chicken or the egg? What did there was a magnet for all this darkness because you have no grounding cord and no rings, and everything's kind of like shut down. And so then that's like, oh, there's some bait that we can just siphon off of because she's not grounded. She's, kind of floating. Um, I feel like I cannot go around the trauma wounds anymore and hit the wall. Yes. Yep. There, it's going to say it's time to take care of business. And, that's kind of the thing right now that we're kind of up against is we're up against this choice and decisions. Like either we shit or get off the pot. We are this bifurcation of timelines is going to get more and more obvious. We're going to start letting go of people that we've been trying to help, but they don't really want to be helped. I mean, they talk about it, but they don't actually do the work. So doing the work, for those of you who are doing the work, it's not necessarily easy doing the work. And so that's why getting help and support is really helpful. And so this is why we meet every month for uh, an activation where we can get into those higher frequencies, get back aligned, get in our bodies, get grounded, open our hearts, and start operating from that place. And so I know it can be real easy to get distracted by life, and then we know we're not practicing anymore, and you're not grounded, but you can't even pull yourself away from all the nonsense to get grounded. Like I get it. I've been there. So this is why I do this every month so that we can do it all together. We can get back on track. So for those of you who are really struggling, join us first Thursday of every month, the luminary activation. There's the QR code. I love that thing. That's a new thing. QR code will take you to the luminary activation and the free meditation. So there it is. All right. You're welcome, Irish Gold. Deborah, I'm having a rough time staying grounded. Well, let's see why. Yeah, you've also got those 20 AI chords. Um, hmm, hmm, hmm. Hmm. Okay, so I'm going to do this for all of you. I don't usually do any healings on this live thing. It's like, come and get the healing with all of us so we have a whole place for it. But I'm going to at least help you guys get grounded, okay? Because there's a lot of you, and yes, so I can so when you don't have a grounding cord, it is overwhelming. And because it is so overwhelming, the energies are intense, especially if you're an empath. You're going to feel everything. So when that gets backed up and you're not getting grounded, you tend to leave your body. It's kind of like, I don't know, I hate to say it's a lazy way. It's the cheater's way of trying to cope with what's going on because it doesn't really solve anything. In fact, it makes it worse because then you're not in your body. You can't really tell how much inflammation is being created by all the energies that are backing up and all the anger, rage, and fury causing inflammation and all the itises and all the things. So it actually makes things worse when you're not grounded. So take advantage of that QR code and get join us for the luminary activation and the meditation. But for now, I did say I would help you guys get grounded, at least get grounded. All right. So these 20 AI chords, we never cut cords, by the way. If you cut cords, it leaves residual energy, just like if you cut a tree down. So I want you to use your imagination. Now, I am not going to do the work. I'm going to walk you through this because I don't think that empowers people when healers do other people's work for them. But here's how you're going to do it, and I'm going to watch you guys do this. So you're going to imagine all these chords. So there's 20 chords, like 4 hands, right, plugged into your root chakra, 4 hands. And you're just going to imagine pulling those hands off and away. You can also imagine a white plasma energy, which is your oversoul, dissolving that. You can use an eraser and erase it. You can blow it up. However you want to do it to eliminate these cords, pulling that out. but not cutting. And like take command of your space. When you're not grounded, you start to feel weak and kind of shriveled and so start mustering up the energy where you can command your space and you're going to dissolve, transmute, eliminate these cords. Whew. Hmm. Okay. There. Now that wasn't hard, was it? It wasn't hard. I didn't do it. I just walked you through. I just kind of like pumped you up. So, and this is what we do every month, but with your whole field, the whole thing. So, if you weren't grounded before, let me know if you can feel a difference. If you feel like, oh yeah, something shifted. That subtle thing that shifted is what you need to pay attention to. So, Selma, you're grounded. Irish Gold, you're grounded. Deborah, you're grounded. Okay. So, let me know if you can feel the difference and what that feels like. What does that feel like now that you're grounded? We didn't do all the other things, but that's for the luminary activation. But I'm curious. I'm curious. It doesn't have to be hard unless you have those programs that, no, life is hard. You have to work hard for a living. You can do it that way, but I am telling you, there's a better way. There's an easier way. All right, Gina. My daughter has been having bad dreams about people she does not know. Yeah, dreams are not literal. They generally represent the people in your dreams represent different aspects of you. So this is one of the things that we do often in our 12-day programs is we will do a dream avatar. Now you can do this for yourself. In one of the last chapters in my book, it talks about how to use avatars. And we can create an avatar, which is just the image of a body. So if you look like that, let's see how I can say. So that image is what we would use as an avatar, just in our imagination. So that image becomes the representation of what it is that we want to create. So in this space, or in this case, you want to create better dreams or a better night's sleep or feeling safe when you go to sleep at night. And so those are the intentions that you would put in the rings above the head of this avatar, that you feel safe, you have some good adventures, you wake up feeling refreshed, and maybe you learn some lessons during the night that you can bring to the daytime and use in your day-to-day life. So, and whatever else you want in your dream. Maybe you want to fly. I don't know. At any rate, you walk this avatar through the same process that you would for yourself. So you could, when you download from this QR code, the 20-minute meditation, or you could even use the 8-minute version for the avatar, and run energy through it. Is it grounded? It's not grounded. Her dream space avatar is not grounded. It only has like 5 rings, and the heart is closed. So that's just 3 parts of all the parts. So yeah, get her dream space grounded and cleared, and that will help her with her dreams. You'll find that you maybe release a lot of fear in that space. And yeah. Financial frequency. Only your Mary and only you. Okay. Only you may. That's so funny that when it's all like that, it's anyway, only you. Your money frequency is low. It's at 250. Your father's frequencies, he was a hard worker, but also struggled with money. So his beliefs around money, his money frequency is in your money pile. And that would be another thing to clear from your money pile. There's a whole process. I'm feeling generous. It's like almost Black Friday, right? Let me give you guys a gift. Hang on here. Um, there's something I want to give you. So this is a it is a it's a money manifesting mini course. Yeah, here it is. I don't know if you could see that. Um, if you can, write that down. If you having a hard time with all of that, email support@kimberlysherry.com and we'll send you the link. So that's a free gift to raise your money frequency. For those of you who are struggling with money, that's what you can do for yourself and get that money frequency going. Because you're only going to manifest to the frequency that you're emitting, the frequency that your money is set at. That's all you can create. That's just, I don't make the rules. That's just how energy works. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Okay, so Shelly wants to know if she has any interference from a client session this week. Yeah, there's no clients in your field. Grey Goddess. Yes, your money frequency 250. Your father is also in your money frequency and your rentor. Yep. And you're not aligned with your money in your root chakra. So, because it doesn't feel safe. You never know when it's going to run away and betray you. Yeah. Time to create a new relationship with your money. So there's the free gift. I would take advantage of that. So Deborah, I forgot what we were checking up here. You were talking about scan, yeah. Yeah, we're not doing clearance here, but I did get you guys grounded at least. So here's someone who can't never feel the difference. It's hard to feel what's going on when you're not in your body. So you're not grounded and you're only occupying your body 3%. So how much can you feel when you're in your body 3%? Probably not much. Yeah. So that's the importance of getting grounded. Brooke has been feeling dizzy. Is she grounded? You are grounded, but you've got those cords in your ears. That's another thing they've been doing is plugging into our eyes. You know, you're sitting there scrolling all day. And also plugging into your ears. So you pull that out. So now you're sleepy. Now you're starting to get back in your body, your tired body. So and you're probably also starting to relax. So you before your body's on like hyper alert because of all this stuff that's going on in your body, you give it a grounding cord. Boosh! It's like flushing the toilet. It's like I can relax now. So yeah. And okay, good. So Selma says she can feel the difference too. She's more relaxed, calm sensations in the root chakra. Okay, good. So there you guys got the kickstart. Keep it going. Join us on Thursday. And not this Thursday, obviously, next week. Okay, good. Only you, Marianne, only you. I see. Oh, that's a future book. Very cool. Very cool. Who's affecting your finances? Your father's energies. Did I already say this? I think I did. Yeah. Link it to the chat. I'm not sure what you mean, Alex. You're so welcome. I'd love to be able to afford a session with you. Well, I would not let that prevent you from getting help for $49. I mean, I think that's so affordable to get an hour activation. So when I hear that, I can't afford that. That's like an old story. It's an old program that probably every time you want to take care of yourself or something important, that story starts rolling. Oh, I can't afford. I can't afford. And so um, yeah, you've probably spent more than $49 even going out to dinner. I'm just saying. Okay. So here's Shelley. Wow, yay. I'm a living testament that working with Kimberly works. I kept having clients in my field. I was diligent with using her tools and having sessions. And hooray, I am so clear. Yes, that's great, Shelley. So she's been working and doing the work. She's been doing the work and just gradually getting better at managing clients, feeling more confident with clients, and doing great. Proud of you, Shelley. All right, Margie, over the past while, I've been feeling very overwhelmed emotionally and physically. I'm a full-time teacher and a mom, and lately I've been feeling extremely burned out. Well, of course, you also have no grounding cord. So that's what's going to happen when your house doesn't have any plumbing. It all backs up, and then the sewer says, "Ah, I can't stand it anymore." And so join us Thursday. And if you can't join us live, not this Thursday, but on December 4th, at least sign up and you can listen to the recording. And for those who, this is just a little tip, a secret that if you sign up now, and I personally, I don't care if you sign up or not. I mean, I'm just here helping people. So if you sign up, it's only to your advantage. But this is a little tip. If you sign up now, you can listen to the activation that's still there from last month. So you can, it's like getting two activations for one. So just saying, we can keep on with the excuses I can't afford and you there's an offer for two for one, and it's only $49. So you guys decide what you want. All right. Okay, Bia. Wow, I work on grounding very frequently and never grounding. I I am never grounding when I attend your lives. Yeah, because maybe you just think you're being grounded, but you're not. It's common. It's quite common to think that you're grounded when you're not. That's why when you can figure out a way to calibrate or to test yes or no, am I grounded? Yes or no, then you can find out. Midnight Blue wants a scan. So not grounded, no rings, heart closed, like you're only in your body 2%. So yeah, that's quite common these days. People are it's not a way to live. It's not a way to function. Yeah. The money manifestation link. So you were saying to put that. Let's here. I'm gonna do something special for you guys. If you just hang on for a second, I'm gonna change the QR code so it has that link in it. Okay, so just be patient for a minute, and I'll do this. What do we got? That's not the right one. There we go. No, that's not it either. Okay, there it is. Okay, let me get a new QR code. So hang on. Oh, this is, I hate it when this happens. Like, let's see. There should be a faster way. Okay. This is why all these things are better. Okay, let's see if it's in here. Hang on. Okay, here it is. Yay. That was easy. So I think if I just have, oh, maybe it's the whole thing. I don't know. Did you guys try the other QR code? Did it work? I'm curious. Okay, so here is the new QR code. And hang on. You guys are patiently waiting for this because it's like free money help. Okay, here we go. X, there we go. And okay, so let me take that out and then we'll create that. And then, so here's the new one. Oh, then now there's two. Okay. Wow, that's great. So now that one's always going to be, so that's the QR code for the money manifesting. So grab it. Grab it while it's free. Okay. Okay, so Gina's going to order my book. Great. Yeah, it's available on Amazon. Access Your Ultimate Power. Sandy wanted to check her money vibes. It is at 500. No, it's at 500, Sandy. Yeah. Okay, so Kalen was talking about his money is getting low. Am I doomed to live in a van by the river? Yeah, you could buy my van. My van's for sale. Um, Money vibes. You got the QR code now, Kaylin. So grab it. Yes, your money frequency is at 250. So maybe the van by the river is the option. Where is the activation? You can also, let me see where this person is. You can also, let me take that thing off. Media assets. You can also go to my website and find some of this stuff as well. Okay, take that off. On my website, you can find there's a link to the book. There's the not the money meditation. There's the 20-minute and 8-minute meditations. Wow, we are over time tonight. Feeling so generous tonight. All right. So you're not understanding this new format, nor I know how to work with it. Can't reach the code, really? Like if you put your camera up to the code, do you know how to do QR codes? You put your camera, it's like you're taking a picture of it, and then you just align it. And then when it gets to a certain point, you'll see something pop up on your screen. And then you tap on it. Has anybody had any luck with this? Let's check that out and see if it worked for anybody. Yeah, maybe if you're on your phone, I don't know if you can do it while you're on your phone. Clever. Okay. Yes, YouTube is better. Of course it's better. Because I can't see your comment. Nobody comments over there on YouTube. It worked. Okay, great. Ta-da! Thank you, Alex. So I guess he took did you do it from your phone, or did you use your phone and take a picture of the computer? Would be got it. Okay, yay. The only one, it seems like. Okay. Well, if you're still struggling, then you can always email support@kimberlysherry.com and ask for the money manifesting mini course. And a catalyst. You're grounded. Infinite rings. Doing good. Oversouls connected. Looking good. Yeah, you're good. All right, everyone. So he's on his computer using my phone to snag it. Okay, good. So yeah, that's the trick. So if you're still struggling, you can always go back and watch this on YouTube and on your computer, and then use your phone and take a picture. There you go. Yay. Mystery solved. All right, everyone, wishing all of you a very joy-filled Thanksgiving, whatever it is you're deciding to do. There's so much to be grateful for and thankful for. And We will be back next Wednesday. I'll be back. And then on Thursday, we'll be doing our luminary activation. So we'll see our advanced people tonight in about 45 minutes for our bonus of our 12-day program. Will be in just about 45 minutes. So, anyway, blessings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next time. All right. Blessings. Turn all these things off.